Hi, what's up? How is it going? Today's video, in today's tutorial, we are going to be designing 3 pages citation design for this great icon. Actually, there is this program that I've done. Then I was asked to design a citation pages for this great icon. So we are going to design 3 pages of citation design right here in CorelDraw X7. So without further ado, let's dive into it. And you're going to discover some tricks in this design that you need to take in-depth look at. So I want you to watch this video right from beginning to the end so that you be able to really understand the great tips in this tutorial. Most definitely just have to really give me a listening here and very observant of what we are doing. So let's dive into it. So right now what we are going to do is to go ahead and change the page to A5 with the normal size of the program, the magazine. So right now what we're going to be doing is to double click on this rectangle, automatically snap into the page. So right now what we are going to do is to design this guy right here. So what we are going to do right now is to just go ahead and sample the color right from his body, just like so. Point on the background, automatically you see the changes. So let's make a copy of the picture. So let's go ahead and just range from the bottom, from the top, then drag it down just like so. Then range from the left, drag it just like so. Then range from the bottom, drag it to the top, then drag this inward just like so. Nice one. So let's make it bigger. So what we're going to be doing now is to convert to bitmap. Then let's go ahead and blur this. Go ahead to effect, to bitmap, locate blur, then hit on Gaussian blur. Automatically you have that blur up. Good, nice one. So let's hit OK. So what we're going to be doing is to Powerclip that into place, hold Alt key, release your Alt key, then adjust to fit in just like so. Make it bigger. So what we're going to be doing is to Powerclip this into place, the picture. Go ahead, select the image of the model downward. So what we are going to do right now is to create an object on top of the picture just like so. Good, nice one. So let's make this green, then set our outline to none. So as this right now is not really nice, so let's go ahead and perform this task. Go ahead to select your transparency tool, then you go ahead and change the mode to subtract. Can you see that? So what we're going to be doing now is to Powerclip this into place. Select that, then you go over to object, locate Powerclip, then hit on place inside frame. Automatically an indication of an arrow shows up asking you where do you want to Powerclip that. So select the box, automatically snapped in. So right now let's go ahead and adjust this a bit downward. Then let's go ahead and bring the name of the the great icon. So let's make that white. So what I'm going to be doing is to break it individually. Let's break right from here. So let's go ahead and change the font to let's use Gothic. I think Gothic is okay. So let's go ahead and make it bigger a bit. Then let's go ahead and hit Ctrl K to break it into pieces. Then position this all up. Then let's widen this a bit up. Good, nice one. So we are going to emphasis on this Olorioba or Omoba. Then make it bigger, space it a little bit, then bring this closer to each other. So let's go ahead and center everything all up, then position it just like so. Good. Can you see that? So the next step right now is to make a copy of this whole thing. Control C, then you go over and hit on this plus right here. Automatically it creates a new page. So let's go ahead and Control V that. So after which that is copied, so let's go ahead and just delete all of this. Delete, then you go ahead and delete the hotkeys, select the pictures individually. So let's go ahead and make this a bit bigger. Good, nice one. Position it all up. Then let's lighten the background. Hold Control key on your keyboard and you tap on white to lighten it all up. Then let's go ahead to the image itself. Go ahead to select transparency tool. Then you go ahead and hit on uniform transparency. Select this. So right now what we're going to be doing is to go ahead and just create an object on top of that, just like so. So let's make that green. Set the outline to none. Then let's go ahead and have this duplicate. The other one, that's gonna be gold. So let's go ahead and add and put that as gold. So double click right here. So we just have to make it a darker gold. Good. So right now let's group it. Ctrl G. Then let's Powerclip that. Locate your object. Then hit on select your Powerclip. Then hit on inside frame. So automatically indication of an arrow shows up. Then let's select the box. Automatically snapped in. So right now what we're going to be doing is go ahead to look for the citation. This is where it is. Actually you're gonna have this in the description below the video to download, so that you can use to create your own design. So let's go ahead, right click, open up. So let's wait a while for that to open up. So let's look for let's clone it up. So what I'm gonna be doing now is to look for the citation. It's actually somewhere around here. So this is it. So right from here, citation for Honorable Prince Bayo. So let's just copy that all the way here. So let's copy, Ctrl C. So let's go ahead to CorelDraw. Then go ahead and select your text tool. So let's range just like so. Then hit Ctrl V to paste. Hit OK. So let's wait a while to open up. After that is open, so let's go ahead and change the font to Gothic. So we just have to be very careful. It has to be two fonts or one. So let's cut this. Let's cut the heading just like so. Ctrl X, then Ctrl V to paste. So what I'm gonna be doing now is to really break it right from here. Citation for Honorable. So let's go ahead and lay emphasis on its name. So break it right from here. Then let's go ahead and hit Ctrl K to break it into pieces. We're actually gonna make this script font title case, then go ahead and change the font to, let's use Bridget. You can decide to use any font for yours, so let's make it bigger just like so. I think this is not nice, so we just have to leave it as that. So what we're going to be doing now is to lay emphasis on its name. So let's pull this up, then go ahead and bold in this. So let's pull the logo. Good, nice one. The prints has to be bold as well. Then let's have the citation somewhere right here, make it all cap. So let's bold that as well, make it bigger. Then let's go ahead and move it closer. Citation for honorable, so let's make that good. So let's go ahead and move this closer to that. So let's go ahead to our shape tool, close the tracking right from here. Then we're actually going to make this, gold as well. That gold. Then move this a bit up a bit. Good, nice one. So let's break this, Ctrl K, then we're gonna have to reduce that for a bit. Then let's go ahead and bold, close the track in a bit, just like so. Move this closer. I think all of these need to be it all depends. You just have to be careful when you're doing this. So let's make this green to make it different from the name. It's actually nice, so let's go ahead and widen it all up a bit. Then let's go ahead and arrange it a bit closer to the chest. Then let's go ahead and give it a little bit of let's leave a space, with the help of our ruler guide, just like so. So let's go ahead and move this a bit, close to the line, then hit on this plus. So mind you, as this right here, so let's just select picture. So as this right here, I want to show you how these things works. This is a test trap. So what we are going to do, you can see, I want you to take a closer look at this test trap right here. We have an indication of an arrow beneath this test. What this means is that we have more text that is in there that is hidden. When you see something like this, can you see the arrow pointing downward? That means there is more to the test, so that we needed to reveal. So let's go ahead and click on that. Automatically an arrow shows up asking you to just you just have to go outside of the design, then you drag just like so. So when you drag just like so, when you release your keyboard or your mouse rather, automatically you have the rest of the text pop out. So right now let's go ahead and give it an alignment to shape it all up with the previous one. Hold shift key, select the other one, then release your mouse on your keyboard, then you hit on L for left alignment. Can you see that? So let's select the top one and squeeze it to do the same thing with the one with the previous one. Can you see that? So that we have the proper alignment of the two, that's not different. So let's go ahead and hit top alignment, automatically have it. So let's squeeze the boats. There we have a proper size for the test. Good. So right now what we're going to be doing is to go ahead, pull this arrow guide up here downward, just like so. Then you go ahead to the next one, then pull it down so that we can have proper arrangement of the chest. So let's go ahead and pull it down to range with the ruler guide. Likewise this. Good, nice one. So let's click on this arrow to bring up the rest of the chest. Range it just like so. Automatically it pull out. So right now what we're going to be doing is to just zoom up. So let's arrange this properly. So let's give this a little bit of so let's click right here to add a drop cap to that. Automatically shows up. So let's go ahead and do a proper arrangement of the chest. So let's go ahead and just click right here to have it full justification. Nice one, can you see that? So as this right now, let's go on to the next now actually we just have to lessen up all of this. So let's go ahead and lessen up the background. Good. So let's go ahead, select the background itself, then you hold Ctrl key on keyboard, then you locate white. Let's tap white into that to lighten up the background so that we can have a light background right there. Good, nice one. Can you see that? So what we're going to be doing now is to copy the whole thing just like so. Ctrl C, then you go ahead and hit on plus icon right here, automatically create another page. So let's just Ctrl V to paste that. Automatically you have it pasted. So what we're going to be doing now is to select all of this and delete it. So this, we would just drag that in. That's a continuation of the the chest. So let's bring that down a bit. Good. So let's click, then go ahead and that's range. So after all of that, so let's bring this closer. Good. So let's give it left alignment, then range it all up just like so. Then pull it up again to position it well. Good. So shift key, select the other one, then you stretch it. There you have that. So right now what we're going to be doing now is to go ahead and just have this power clip into the background. So let's have a power clip, select that, then you go over to object, locate power clip, then hit on place inside frame, allocation of an arrow shows up, then select the background. Automatically you have it snap into the background. Hold out your alt key on the keyboard, select the image, release your alt key, then adjust to fit in just like so. It has to be beneath it just like so. So this last trick that I'm about to show you will blow your mind. So we are going to have to carve this this image round just like so, so that we can have this text wrap around the image. So let me show you how to do that without wasting up time. So let's go ahead to select your brazier tool. So let's go ahead and just click just like so, then go ahead and keep trimming around. So we are going to shape around this image without touching the image just like so. So just keep tracing that. So with the help of our brazier tool just like so. Good. So let's go ahead and finish it up right here from the starting point. Automatically you have that rounded up. So what we needed to do right now is to go ahead and locate right from here. You can see you are going to see wrap text. So click on this arrow, automatically you have the options pop out. So contour, so we just have to choose a straddle text. Click on that. There you have your text rounded up, wrap up with the image. So can you see that? So let's go ahead and set the outline of this object to none. Right click on this, automatically you have your whatever shaped up. So let's go ahead and drag this down a bit. Good. So what we are going to do right now is to just let's adjust the image a bit downward. Good. So let's go ahead and break this a bit downward so that we can have the text. Adjust. Good. Nice one. Range, just like so. Pull it in a bit, and let's go ahead and adjust this upward. So what we are going to do right now is to do proper checking of the what's it called, the king test. So let's go do a proper checking of the headings of this what's it called, citation, so that we can have a proper arrangement of that. So let's go on to the next one. So let's reduce it a bit, so let's give it 10.5 so that we can have the whole of the text pop out if it is hidden. So can you see that this is up? So we just have to go ahead and increase it a bit. So let's make it 10.6. So let's go ahead and check that. Let's make it 11. Okay, let's make it 10 points. 10.8. I think 10.8, 10.7. I think that will be okay. .6, that'll be okay. That's nice. I think that's nice. It's okay. So let's go ahead and zoom up. So we are actually gonna create an object at the top right here to have it colored up. Good. So let's zoom up. Hit on F9 to see the full length of what we have designed. So you can see this is the first page, this is the second page, this is the third page. So here we come to the end. Of the tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking on the button to subscribe, and don't forget to hit that like button so that other people can benefit from what we have shared so far. And don't forget to watch right from the beginning to the end of this tutorial so that you can catch up with the trick we use in this tutorial. So as I always say, see you in the next video. Bye for now.